Hello, Pluck Lot.
Pluck.
Yay!
Pluck Lot.
Pluck Lot.
Pluck Lots, everybody. Pluck Lots.
Yeah. Pluck Lot or Pluck Lust?
Pluck Lot.
This is biased against medieval plectrum players, and I refuse.
Pick Lot.
So it's like, so what would you say then instead? Plectrum
Pluck
Lot.
Lot.
Pluck Lot.
Hi, I'm Sasa. We're starting the Pluck Lot a little bit early just to make sure that everybody gets in. Where are you right now?
I'm in a little place called Lake Frederick, Virginia, which is about 2.5 hours west of Washington, D.C.
Oh, and you do have a band shirt, right? You showed me you have.
Oh, you have a band shirt.
You have the Boston Early Music Festival, yay!
I'd like to go back to Banff, but unfortunately, they always have it the same week as my wife's birthday.
And I'm sitting here with a bunch of harpists. Hey, harp players! Say hi to Pluck Lot! Yay! They're pluckers too, but they're harp players. Oh no! And what are you producing in the lute these days? What are you playing these days?
I'm trying to work my way slowly through the Milan Vihuela book, because I tend to play more Vihuela than I do lute right now.
Well, that's great, because most people are with the 7 course, but Vihuela should get some credit too, right?
Of course. I actually have 2 Vihuelas.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
Well, the one that I play the most was made by Joe Mays up in New Jersey. And I got that probably, it's been more than 15 years ago. That's the one I play the most. The other one I actually picked up from the Early Music America auction. It used to belong to Thomas Binkley. No, they're both tuned in G. The Binkley, though, it's more guitar-like than it is Vihuela-like. As a matter of fact, it was it's from about 1968, and if you can ever find his Quartet for Early Music, if you can find their Iberian Music album, it's actually the one he uses on that.
Hi, Jason. Thank you for joining.
Hi.
Where are you in the world right now?
How are you?
I'm in a very noisy environment because I'm at Banff right now, and I didn't want to miss it. So tell me where you are.
I'm just home right now. Yeah, I'm in Stony Point. I'm actually, I guess I didn't realize you have Krista on today. And Krista's like my neighbor. We're about 1,000 yards from each other.
Yeah, but Krista's here at Banff because we just performed a French concert.
I think she's home. No, she's actually home.
She went back? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. She'll be connecting from home then.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So what's happening at Banff?
I was just at the symposium, the Banff team for the opera. They were talking about how they put it together, the staging, the lighting, the dancing, and then the audience asked very cool questions.
Okay.
It was up for about 2.5 hours, and I didn't get bored a bit. It was awesome. Yes.
Okay.
I think time to go do everything. I'm really tired but happy. I try not to buy too many books or CDs to derail my budget. But I had to drop my rock guitar with Dan Larson because it has some problems.
Lot.
Yay! Pluck Lot. Yay!
Pluck up.
Pluck Lot.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Pluck Lot.
Hi, I'm Sasa, and I'm at the Boston Early Music Festival exhibition. Let's see who we find. Maybe find pluckers. So of course I found all the medieval instruments. I have more instruments and shoes, just like all of you pluckers. Well, I guess what I'm about to try the Cedal Unprofitable instruments, yeah. And your name is Kate, right?
Yes, okay.
Yeah, because I'll forget names so bad. Tell me what you have in your table. It's so beautiful.
Well, these are the medieval instruments that I build. I build brevets,
Nice.
which are bowed stringed instruments, 3 strings, a round body, like a guitar,
Yeah.
but earlier.
Of course, I'm more interested about the citol
Yes, there you go.
because that's the block one.
This is a citol. So this is a plucked medieval instrument. It's modeled after a surviving instrument in the British Museum, long known as the Warwick Castle Gittern. But beautifully decorated instrument. It's 700 years old. It was turned into a violin in the 16th century, so...
And you said like it was for Queen Elizabeth,
For Queen
right?
Elizabeth, yes.
Interesting.
So it has a violin top on it now, and pegs and stringing. But by studying that instrument and studying iconography, I was able to recreate this as how it could have been set up in the Middle Ages.
Oh, look at those eyes. I'll fall in love with those eyes. Nice. Oh my god, I can't wait to try. Can I try it? That would be awesome. Thank you so much for letting me do this. All right, I'm walking around the exhibition. It's just amazing, all the instruments and things. And then I found Chris Henriksen. Yay! So Chris Henriksen has all his beautiful CDs and information about his concerts. Check out the website. And of course, if you need strings, you know that Chris Henriksen is the guy to come with Boston cat lines. How many years have we done this booth?
So, well, I've been in the string business basically since '85, and I started coming to festivals. Basically, the '85 festival, though I didn't have a booth until sometime in the '90s.
Oh wow, that is so great.
So yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I didn't come to the first one, but I've been pretty much ever since.
Interesting. Awesome. And so do you get mostly like pluckers or also other instruments?
It's both plucked and bowed ones.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
That's great. Well, I can't wait to see any of your concerts in the future. I think I finally came to one of yours. And thank you for coming to mine.
So yeah, I made a CD out of playing on the instrument at Boston Museum of Fine Arts. And at the time made a CD we weren't aware of, but later Florence Guiteau, who is basically the most important researcher on Vauban guitars, which this is, she came to Boston and she's looking at it. And she said, oh, on the back faintly you see a name written in, and it's Angélique Sennelier, who's the sister of Jean-Baptiste Sennelier, the great violinist, and he was concertmaster to Louis XIV.
So he made the guitar.
Vauban made the guitar, and it's actually she was at the time married to an aristocrat and living at the Versailles Palace, so the guitar was part of that place. So
And that's the guitar at the Boston Museum of Art.
yes,
And you got to record this CD with that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. Awesome.
Yeah, it was very interesting to string it up because I was thinking with Baroque guitars the tuning is funny and often the bass is not in the right place. It might be in somewhere else in the chord. And oftentimes playing on copy guitars I would kind of drop a bass note or something to have the, at least at the end of the piece, have the root of the chord in the bottom. I thought perhaps this original guitar will actually tell something about it. That it works differently and it doesn't matter so much. So I strung it up and I found that, first of all, it had a lot of sustain, but the balance was such in it that you didn't really notice what was the bottom note. And I went back to playing the music exactly as it was written, not changing anything, because the tablatures worked now.
Oh, interesting.
And I went, okay, we have to study this instrument, learn what it is that makes the balance, something in the barring where they put the attention to other parts like the mid-range of the instrument and the top, and not so much on the lower range, so it's not so dominant.
Wow.
yeah, that's
Thank you for sharing that. That's a really cool story.
yeah.
All right, well, check it out. I'm getting it. I'm buying the CD. I can't wait to hear it now that I know the story behind it. Look who I found. And he was. Where were you in Brazil?
I was in Curitiba
Ooh,
in the
what were
south.
you doing in Brazil?
Well, I have a friend that married. She's from Curitiba, but she married an American, and she came to Vermont for a few years, and I got to know her.
You were playing your compositions, you said?
Yes, and so she invited me there, and her friends are all musicians, and there's this producer who I played him some of my originals.
Oh my God! You
Bossa
should
novas and
definitely
sambas.
send me the links because we will add it to the Pluck Lot so that everybody could hear it.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, I see some plugs. Let's go and talk to Dan Larson. So I found Dan Larson, and in addition of dropping my guitar to be fixed, I just want to show you the beautiful instruments. Hi Dan, how are you?
Doing very well. How are you?
Can you tell us about what instruments are you showing here?
We have here Spanish vihuela. This is part of a set of instruments that I made. You can see down here. If you look at that, there's 4 different sizes of instruments I made. This is the vihuela quartet, of which this is the largest instrument.
How is this tuned? Is it tuned in E?
This is tuned in F.
In F.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is the big instrument. This is tuned in F, and so this is part of the vihuela set. This is 11 chorus Baroque lute,
Nice.
French Baroque lute music.
Oh. So this is the model right here, the Hans Frey.
Yes, that's a Hans Frey.
Right. Okay. And here's the QR code in case you want to know some more. Okay.
And this should look familiar to you. This is the same model of guitar that I made for you years ago.
Oh, beautiful.
So this is just a newer version of the
That's
instrument that you
so
play.
So that's the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is an instrument. We're making 6 of these instruments at the moment. This is the first one of the batch. We're making 5 more on top of this one.
That's good to
So
know.
we're making a batch of 6 instruments of this in the shop at the moment. And this is my most recent instrument. This is Renaissance lute, a 6-course Renaissance lute. Based on my own design. I've been doing a lot of research on Euclidean geometry as it pertains to musical instrument design. So I designed this instrument based on geometrical principles that I found in extant instruments.
Oh, wow. Well, that is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing all of this. I'll add the I'm leaving. I'm sorry. I'm leaving my Baroque guitar for 2 months. I'm sad.
I will take special care of it. It will sound better than ever when you get it back.
Thank you.
Yeah,
What
I
about
saw.
you?
I saw. Yes, I saw some posts about the guitar. It got destroyed or something. It fell apart or something.
No, my art flute decided to explode right before I
That's
came
what it was.
here.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't even want to think about it because I cried. But I will have to wait to repair that one. No, my guitar, the board shifted and there are some scratches and some things. So I
Okay.
figure since it's here, I just dropped it up at the booth and it's going to Minnesota for 3 months.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is gonna be very informal. People are gonna be coming in and out, and Dave is here. From where
Hi,
did you
Dave.
say you're from, Dave?
Jason.
You probably know him from the Lip Society things, but we are not officially
Yeah.
started. I did start recording because people show up early, and we just
Yeah.
hang out and talk about stuff.
So Dave, have you come to lute festivals before?
I have not.
Okay. Yeah, I don't recognize you. Yeah.
It's crazy where I actually live about 2.5 hours west of DC, and I work
Okay.
3 days a week in Baltimore. and sometimes traveling is not. My car is 8 years old with over 200,000 miles on it, so I'm not going
Nice.
too far with it.
Yeah.
But I do. I was actually at the last online Loot
Ah,
Festival.
okay. You came to the online.
Yeah, and I want to try and do it again this year.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the cost is a little bit prohibitive in regards to me. 'Cause when I go the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I want to, since I got you, can I split that up over a couple of different credit cards?
That's a good. I don't see why not, but
Which is
All
going
the
to.
things we do for the loot, right? Like I have 5 jobs just to pay for bands because I needed to come. I need to do everything.
so Salome, how many concerts are you doing at Bemf?
I did 3 concerts. I did Dowland on Monday,
Uh-huh.
Caccini on Tuesday, and Spanish on Wednesday because you have to have a little bit of everything.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And you said you recorded the Dowling?
I did professionally.
Oh, there's
Oh,
Andrew.
hi, Andrew. How are you?
Hey, Andrew.
I'm good. How are y'all?
Krista, I hear that you guys played in a concert last night at Bemf and you're back home.
Oh, I didn't play last night.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, no, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I did drive from Hudson the night before and played at noon, but.
Hey, Kristen, look at all these harpists right here. Look who's here. The harps are representing right there, and Kristen
All right.
Pavlin. This is the Lit Society of America Pluck Lot that we get together every month. We just happen to be here at the same table. Yeah. Jason, tell us about what's the highlights for the in-person Lut Society Festival. What are you looking forward to see for us to see there?
Yeah, so I think what's most useful is to talk about both festivals, because I think basically what we have, this has been since I guess 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the first online Loot Fest, and it was something that I sort of organized and masterminded because of COVID. It was really a consequence of COVID, and my idea with the online Loot Fest was to transport the Cleveland event, which everybody always loves to be there, the scholarship and the classes and the concerts, and to try to transport it into an online format. And it's been, I didn't really know how it was going to work out. It's been very successful. People really enjoy it. Dave, you mentioned that you were on it last year.
Yep.
And so now what we have on these, I guess I call this the off year, because the on year always used to be Cleveland, right? And let's say still is. The Loot Society Festival has been at Cleveland for decades, long before my time. And there was a connection with Ross Duffin, who was there for many years, and he was the one who kind of brought the Loot Society in. And so now what we have this year, 2025, on the odd years, or the off years, as I say, you kind of get the best of both, because you get the online Loot Fest, which is accessible to everyone from anywhere. And then we have the Amherst Festival. And I would say, just to speak of the advantages, starting with Amherst, is that you have the opportunity for chamber music. You have that camaraderie that you get with Cleveland, like a Cleveland event. You're with other lute players. You can play for each other. You can do ensembles. It's just a smaller lute faculty, but then there's a much larger early music faculty. Amherst Early Music is the biggest early music festival in the country, and so you have access to all of that, as well as some wonderful lute players. And so this year at Amherst, we have Mark Rimple with the very early stuff, Chris Warren and Paul Odette. And in fact, what happened? There was something that came up. We were supposed to have Xavier Diaz-Latore this summer, and something came up with the visa. Hi, Danny. And so fortunately, Paul was totally gung ho. I called him, and he was willing to jump in right away, feet first. And And so Paul's coming, and he's also giving a solo concert, which is fantastic. And then for the online Loot Fest, which is going to happen at the end of July, one thing I like about the online Loot Fest is the opportunity to bring in faculty from all over the world without the worrying about the visa, like what happened this year with Xavi, right? And so I'm bringing in actually a couple of new faces to the online Loot Fest. So you're all familiar with Evangelina Mascardi. You've seen videos of her, right? And then Loudon Schuett, he's on the board Loot Society. You probably all know Loudon as well. He's coming on for the first time. Joachim Held, who's a wonderful Baroque lute player, and Joachim Held actually is somebody that Nigel North had recommended to me probably 15 years ago. And then also this year, also for the first time, Brandon Acker is on faculty for any Lute Society festival, in fact.
And we
So
certainly appreciate all the work that you're putting into this, that everybody at the Society, to keep this going. Definitely the online format, I think we could all agree that it's giving a lot more people access to the festival.
yeah, it is.
It is cost effective. Not all of us
Yes,
have the money to
exactly.
go for a whole week, take off work
Exactly.
and everything. So
Yes,
that is great.
The Baroque Opera Workshop at Queens College, otherwise known as BAL at QC. We're going to do as much Monteverdi as we can, and I thought if we addressed the theater music of Monteverdi, we could include a lot of pieces that were not only the operas.
I had to invite Krista because she's been plucking recently with me,
yeah,
and we needed to have her. But Krista also has a lot to say. You guys will need continued players for the opera that she's putting together. Can you tell us about that, Krista? What you're doing?
Well, yeah. Well, so this is we started this workshop in 2010, and had some hiatuses there around the pandemic, but got going again in 2023 with Purcell, and it was very interesting because before we took a break, we were able to attract all kinds of people to play obscure works by Cavalli. At least I didn't think they were obscure at the time, but once the pandemic came, it was a little bit like Cavalli who. It didn't take long to sort of lose ground in the awareness of Baroque opera repertoire and composers. Like, we all know who Francesco Cavalli is, but it was Julianne Baird who said, I think you better do Purcell. You better just do the Fairy Queen, because a lot of time has passed and people have missed the memo on early Italian 17th century who are younger and coming up. This is a workshop for pre-professional and professional, professional track, continual players, string players, and singers. And we added ballet. We added dance with Dory Olson, and we've always had a gesture and stage movement contingent. So we jumped back in with the Fairy Queen and had the biggest enrollment we'd ever had, and tons of string players wanted to come, and so it was great. So this year, and then last year also, I tried to sneak some Cavalli in because we did Dido and Aeneas by Purcell. So we kept the Purcell. That was a good way to get people to want to come and be learn about Baroque opera. But I snuck some Cavalli in from La Didone, and the two fit together really beautifully, actually. And people were like, "Wow, this Cavalli, this is really nice." And it goes, they just seem to go seamlessly, one back and forth to the other. So this year I've returned back to the early Italian repertoire and just called on Mr. Monteverdi, because people are always happy to, they
always wanted those of Monteverdi in their lives. And so tell us, what are you doing these days? I know you've been playing all over. So what repertoire have you been doing? And before you answer, let me say hi. Hi, Dan. How are you? I know you weren't very happy of doing Google Meet, but I needed to try a different outlet
Oh,
because as you can see, I'm on the go here at the Boston Early
yes.
Music Festival, trying to attend
No,
as much as possible.
I live on Teams and Zoom and Google Meet. I just don't know the controls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to figure out the technology with all of that. So I promise that I will be on Zoom next time. So don't worry. All right. So yeah. So tell me what have you been playing these days?
Well, so it's actually funny that Krista is also here on this call because Krista and I have been involved with Camila Parias, who's a wonderful singer from the Boston area, and we're doing the Spanish 17th century Spanish program. We actually did this for SoHip last summer, and this coming September, we're going to be up at Avaloq and spending a week there to honing more in on this program, which is a really exciting program. And also, I mean, I being being close to New York City, I sort of dabble in a lot of different things, and I've done with Chris Morangello. We did a Shakespeare. I've actually done two Shakespeare programs. One with Chris Morangello at Hofstra, and another one with Sarah Pillow, uh, out in New Jersey. And then I've been working actually frequently with some of the Juilliard folks. They had that
So you
program
are
there.
you are doing your daily plucking.
I pluck as much as I can. Yeah.
Daily Pluck Lot.
I pluck a lot. Yes. And
Is
so
it Pluck a lot or is it Pluck Lot?
I pluck
don't know.
a lot.
I don't know why Nancy thinks pluck a lot. Maybe she's plucking a lot all the time, but I think she's doing additions most of the time.
Maybe it should be pluck lots.
It is
Pluck lots.
I mean, it's a potluck for pluckers.
Right.
Yeah, I found a lot of pluckers, you guys, here. So I made little videos and extras.
Pluck Lot? Pluck Lots?
Oh, it is one of those bendable ones. See, Brandon Aker, you're not the only one.
You break my theorem.
Oh my gosh. Almost fell just looking at you. What? Who built this?
Marv Wiesler.
Mark Wiesler.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've only had it for a short while. It's still adjusting.
Oh my god, that's
It's a
beautiful.
behemoth, like 89 centimeters.
Is it okay to call you Nate? Or
Yeah,
is
sure.
it necessarily? Yeah. So, do you pluck more or do you do you play? I was gonna say blow, but do you do your cornetto more or your instruments more? Your pluck instrument.
Oh, everything.
You do
I think
everything.
for fun, I like to pluck.
You like to pluck.
Professionally, it's probably as much cornetto as plucking, if not more.
And you certainly plucked beautifully today. Thank you for that marvelous concert.
Thank you.
All right. So what are you doing here? Are you a plucker? Oh yes, you are. That's a big pluck. So tell me your name again.
My name's Cameron Welke.
Of course, I recognize you for all the famous websites. So, yeah, we've had all sort of guests. And what did you like most about this program?
Being able to get the interplay between arch lute and theorbo.
Oh,
Getting
that
that
was
nice bass support from the theorbo and the higher harmonies from the arch lute was so much fun.
Nails or no nails?
No
Show.
nails.
Yes, I'm keeping score for all the pluckers this week. Thank you.
Yeah.
So here's Sam Mayers who just played with these wonderful people in Stilo Antico. Now, Moderno. I'm sorry. Is it modern? No, I got it all wrong. I'm
It's
so
still old
sorry.
compared to us, but you know.
Yeah, it's just come on. I'm so half asleep. So you play all these things,
Yes.
but the most important question is, have you ever plucked?
Have I ever plucked? I have never plucked. Well, not in public.
Not in public.
I
okay.
plucked poorly in private. How's that for alliteration?
So I may not be able to add you to the Pluck Lot. I'm sorry.
I understand. I
Yeah,
understand.
okay.
I get it.
And
I'm telling everybody because I just saw a Brendan Hoffman. He works for Stevenson's Baroque high school, and they had a whole showcase with high schoolers, and they were amazing. They were playing a viol concert, and they were also doing Baroque ensemble. And of course, they had the one plucker, the girl with the guitar.
Pluck Lot.
Yay!
Pluck Lot. Okay, I woke up. There's a lot going on at Banff, but I can't miss this because look who I found.
Hey everyone!
So yeah, what's happening today?
Well, we have Stevenson High School. It's one of the only schools in the nation where we have high schoolers playing Baroque repertoire and a viol consort too.
Wow.
So we're excited to share it with you.
So I came to the showcase for the young early music artists, and I found this girl right here.
Hi, I'm Kate Schuldner. I'm the viola da gamba director at Stevenson High School, and we performed. And so the viola da gamba consort performed, and the Baroque ensemble also performed.
It was beautiful, you guys. If you missed it, you must see them sometime. Because I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh.
All the emotions. She had all the emotions, and I saw it right from the seat.
I mean,
was
Vivaldi
like,
is the new rock and roll, I think.
I
It
agree.
is.
That Vivaldi was awesome.
I don't know,
It?
it's a battle between Corelli and Vivaldi. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
I would agree with that. I think Vivaldi wins, though. Don't hate me.
Yeah, so now to the most important question.
What?
Do you pluck?
Do I pluck? I
Sometimes.
can.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
Yes.
To be included? To be included with the Lute
To be
Society?
included, yes.
Yes, sometimes I do, every once in a while.
Now,
Hi, I'm Enrique Villaseco, and I'm the Baroque Ensemble Director at Adlai Stevenson High School in Lincolnshire, Illinois.
I know, I just saw your concert. It was amazing. Now, I have a very important question for you. How do you make these teenagers to practice?
I don't make them practice. They want to do this. That's the cool thing, because in this type of ensemble, every note, every person is so exposed and important, and the kids know that. You'll notice that when we perform, we don't have a conductor, so that means all of us are communicating together and without having to say much. And that's the fun of this. You don't have someone telling you what to do all of the time. And another thing about what we do is that it gives our students an opportunity to really explore improvisation, different ways of doing things. What's on the page is only like 40% of what we need to do. Everything else is for us to come up with and invent and improvise and just have fun with. And I think that's what the composers intended.
Yeah, and that shows. As a music educator myself, I congratulate you.
Thank
It was
you.
a wonderful concert, and yay for early music education. Thank you so much.
Yes, we're very proud of it.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Okay, so I just found the EMA boss. The EMA boss. Is this too close? Not too close. Hi.
Hello.
So David McCormick, what did you think about this concert today?
This was great. I love hearing high school kids playing on Baroque instruments.
Yeah, early music education, you guys. That's the future. Yeah, so how are your friends with Alchemy doing? Hi,
Great.
Tracy.
We had a great concert last week in New York. I've been traveling a lot in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
A concert called Wondrous Beasts.
So, tell me about the Early Music America Summit.
Yeah, the Early Music America Summit will be in October online. Anybody can attend for 3 days. We'll do a pay what you can model, so you can sort of dip in and out without having to pay, like $150 to attend.
Wow, now the most important question. Do you pluck sometimes?
I do.
Jason, tell us about what new things and what good things that we've always had will get in the online.
Yeah, I think what I would say the new is having new faculty. And so what that means is that they all offer different things, right? And of course we've all grown to love Bob Bartow and what he does with that repertoire. And I think it's always interesting to hear somebody else's voice in that same music. And so that's what we're going to have with Evangelina. And then we know how, in Brandon's case, how savvy he is with his online presence. And so he's offering actually 2 classes. Specifically, what he's doing is he's like transitioning from guitar to theorbo and from classical guitar to baroque guitar. Those are his 2 classes, right? So really the kind of thing that he does, he tries to turn these guitar players that are all over the country and all over the world into potential lute players. And so so that's what he's offering with his classes. And then I'm also bringing in Mara Winter, because those of you that were in Cleveland, she's obviously not a lutenist. She's a wind player, and she's anyone that's gone to the lute festivals, the last 2 online lute festivals. Mara Winter is the one who recorded and produced Boris Zuljan's concerts, and she is absolutely fantastic with that kind of stuff. And so she came last year. And partly it was for her and Bor to do a concert together, and she also did some teaching, and she offered this fantastic class on recording yourself with the lute. And so she's doing this online lute fest, and she's doing high quality, low budget, an update 2025. First session is video basics. The second section is audio basics.
You could call it Pluck Lust, and that might get more.
Pluck. I need to learn how to pronounce the title I came up with. Hey,
Pluck
Lot.
I almost said Pluck Lust because I just can't.
Pluck Lust. I like
You
that
lost
too.
your plucks. I'm
You
a
just
little
have
bit
to-
lost in here because I've been going to so many things. I showed up to the showcase for opera when I wanted to see Chris Will. Now I'm mixing all the names. Wilkie and Cox, and I was in the wrong place, so I was Pluck lost yesterday.